Hey everyone, Sidewalk running here, Sidey for short, and welcome to Concrete Vlog number 16. It's going to be one interesting week, ladies and gentlemen, because as we saw last week, biking actually changed me for the better. I mean, it's just simply a matter of changing things up, and yes, running is going to be a constant thing on the Concrete Vlog. I mean, it is in my name after all. But I've reached a point where I really do need to have a variety in my diet, so to speak. I had a really strong run last night of 8 miles to get me that much closer to the 300 Sparta level. And with tonight's run, that means I've done 2 runs in a row, which means tomorrow we're probably going to be doing some work in the yard again. And this time I think I'm going to build myself a little gym. We'll see how it goes. And on another note, the weather around Florida has actually gotten a bit hotter. It is getting a little bit more rainy, but I have noticed that the temperature is slowly creeping up into the 90s. So this is probably going to be the turning point where a lot of runs are going to turn into shorter ones, or maybe I'm just going to have to do like one long run in the wee hours of the evening, but I'm going to have to be a little bit more selective of my environments. But anyway, it's getting late out, so let's get moving. Man, I've been dealing with so many sidewalk shadows tonight. What the hell's the deal? Now, some of you don't know what a sidewalk shadow is, and I've mentioned it before on Instagram, but I don't think I've ever actually formally explained it. A sidewalk shadow is essentially anyone who you pass or come across, whatever, doesn't look in your direction, doesn't even acknowledge you're there, hell, doesn't even move out of the way. 9 times out of 10, they're either looking down or looking away or just straight ahead, just not even eye contact, nothing. And it's like you might as well just be shadows on the ground. I'm not asking for a, hoot and a holler. I'm not asking for you to stop dead in your tracks and cheer me on that I'm kicking ass. But at least just look in my direction and acknowledge I exist. Now, if you're in the city and there's a ton of people, different story. Or we're just out here in the suburbs trying to run, and nobody's being friendly to anybody. Just all in their own little bubble. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Now, granted, sometimes I'm focused and I just don't think like, oh, just give them a quick wave, dude. But more often than not, I'll at least, bow my head and, raise my hand like, hey, what's up? Do something. Even a quick smile takes less than a second and barely uses any muscles. Come on, people. So 4 miles down, 4 to go, and I'm kind of glad I'm taking tomorrow to do something else because I can feel it in my knees. It's like, it's a constant beat down, but it's just reminding me that the bike ride taught me that, things need to change. That's why tomorrow we're doing something different. If their lights are on, so are mine. What? Just trying to make a video. Hey everyone, it's Wednesday. So at my job, after the day was said and done, we had a shipment of laptops come in. 1,200 of them. You heard me right, 1,200 laptops. Essentially, it was 2 of us, and we were able to get the whole thing done in 2 hours, which, just moving everything back and forth. Basically, they were on pallets, and then we had to move each of the individual laptops, in groups, obviously. Just move them from the outside, inside of our tech department, and just had to keep doing that over and over until it was done, which at about 3 pounds a piece was a bit of a workout. So my original plans of going in the backyard and some cool things I really wanted to do actually with you guys, I'm gonna have to put off until tomorrow. But hey, that's okay. I still got something different in. It wasn't just running. It was a lot of lifting. It was a lot of movement. It was a lot of, physical exhaustion, and, I can feel it. On top of that, I already feel a bunch of pain from the waist down from my last 2 8-mile runs. So if anything, it was a nice change of pace. And of course, tomorrow, like I said, we're gonna try doing more strength training as well as maybe get some stuff in the backyard done. Anyway, I burned about 1,100 calories moving all those boxes, so time to eat. I'm starving. Once again, the cat believes she runs the show. Can I help you? Hey everyone, it's Thursday. And if there's one thing about life that I have always, remembered is that chaos knows no bounds. The morning was pretty good, but then, as the day went on, and then of course the nighttime, things just kind of, led one thing after another. Mostly things I had to take care of, but, it's just, you think you have a plan in place, and then things just spiral from there. And sometimes it's not always in your control. You have a plan set, you have a schedule, and, just doesn't happen. Either you have to go take care of something, or something suddenly, an accident happens, or whatever have you. It's just the chaos of the day. I mean, I went to Home Depot, I got some supplies, and then I was going to go in the backyard and show you guys something pretty cool with some weights, but, it just simply didn't happen. Which then made me realize that, maybe I should be working out more than just my body. Maybe I should also be thinking about my brain, my mental health. And an incident happened today, which I would like to share with you guys, mostly because if you guys know me at all, I don't really complain about myself very much. I complain about other things and, chaos going on and all that good stuff, but when it comes to like me and ailments, I'm not usually one to complain. I've always been very strong-willed, and I try my hardest to just be, a little bit more internal and be like, you know what? I'll take care of this, it's my problem. If I'm feeling sad that day, maybe I'll try to find something to cheer me up, or maybe even go for a run to try to cheer me up. If I'm feeling nervous, maybe I'll do something to calm myself down. Whatever little negativity is going on, I always try to find a way to handle it on my own. I always try to be self-sufficient. But if anything, today's interaction has taught me that even the strongest of us aren't invulnerable. And when I reflected it back on me, I realized that, it's small, my complaint is small, but it's still something to think about, and I'm really glad that it came to light. I guess the only real takeaway from the story is, I hope someone can get something good out of it. So to preface the story, recently I actually got a promotion at work, because I'm just that badass. Which meant that for the last couple of months, I've been basically just, trying to, do my best to, secure it. And, my mentality basically changed to where I just was always focused on that. It was kind of taking a toll in other places, but it really kind of permeated in this. So a very good friend of the channel and I actually, we would have a lot of fun playing games together, and the interactions together have always been positive. Yeah, some disagreements here and there, but for the most part, it was always for the better. There was never any ill will, in our demeanor or anything like that. And this friend is just, absolutely amazing. They are a just bastion of, hype and love. One of those people you just, when they enter the room, all eyes right on them, they're the ones who light up the room. But over the last couple months, mostly, not completely, but mostly due to, my own things going on in my world, it was just simply almost like taken for granted and just kind of like, oh, you're here too. And that was it. And after coming to that realization a couple days ago, it just started eating away at me just really bad. Like every time I saw their name, every time I saw them chat or anything like that, it just was eating away at me that like, it's this frustrating portion of me that I really wanted to, just tell them, but, I just don't really know how. So when I took over at my job, I essentially wanted sort of like a motto that kind of encompassed like, just something to remind yourself every day to try to be proactive. And, this was especially true with, any aspect of life. The motto is, if you don't know the problem, we can't fix the problem. And at its core, the message is basically about communication. If I don't talk to you about an issue that's going on, then you aren't able to realize that, okay, there is something going on negative that we need to, address. So, if we do not communicate, then nothing ever gets done. Which, after thinking about it for a while, it reminded me back of my friend and thought that, you know what, if I don't tell this person what I'm thinking or how I'm feeling, then this is never going to go away and this is never going to get any better. So what did I do? I talked to them. Now, mind you, I'm the guy that likes to fix things themselves, and to say that I actually needed to reach out to someone to fix something, about myself, that was a big step for me. But we both had a conversation, it was very pleasant, and very surprising, some things about them as well came out to me. So, if anything, holding it back was actually doing more bad than good. And with all that, I breathed a sigh of relief, and I gotta tell you, it did actually make my day. So that friend, you know who you are, and I'm glad that we talked. And for anyone else who has something like that, if there's every time you see somebody and you have a little gripe with them that you are making vocal, it's not doing any good holding it in, let somebody know. And that actually goes out to the rest of you as well. The sidewalk is always open. If you guys ever need to talk to anybody or anything like that, Runner's got your back, just let me know. I don't care if it's because you're having a bad day or, the Starbucks lady gave you attitude and put you in a bad mood, just talk. Communication has always been key. But this vlog ain't over yet. We've still got a milestone to hit tomorrow. I'll see you then. Hey, it's Friday. I'm almost at 300 miles. Let's kick another 5-mile run in the ass. What do you say? So yeah, we're back in Plantation, and I gotta tell you, it's not as hot as I thought it would be, but it's still getting hotter, so we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna be doing these next few months. But either way, 3 miles to hit 300, 5 miles is what we're doing. Let's rock. That bird right there legit tried to attack me as I was walking. I don't know, like I guess we crossed paths, you like flew in close to my head, and all I hear is screech. And he came trying to attack me. You wanna go, bro? And the chaos continues. I'm out of energy, and I'm only 1.6 miles in. What the hell? I took an energy gel, I had a good amount of food today. I told you, chaos knows no bounds, and it's taking it out on my energy levels today. But we're a team Sidewalk. We don't give up. I don't care if I have to walk. We're finishing this 5 miles. Come on. So the energy trolls have sapped the energy out of my calves. Sucks. But you know what? I don't care. But you know an exercise you don't need your calves for? Power walking. Let's do this. Hey, this place looks familiar. It's the Veterans Park. So let's do a quick round and then we're ready to go the other half. All right, we are halfway through and Veterans Park looks as beautiful as ever. I did have to slow down because my calves are just not having any of it. I think I might try to do intervals here and there, but in terms of like long term, I think I can go maybe like 1/10 of a mile before they start hurting. So chaos, you keep just trying to tie my shoelaces together, man. Come on. Someone left a perfectly good container of olive oil out here. Maybe someone's gonna come back for that oil and do some outdoor cooking under a bush next to the sidewalk. It could happen. This guy had a bad time. Half a mile left. You know, this entire week has not gone the way I thought it would. And it's been a bit challenging, you know, physically, mentally, all that good stuff. You know, it just reminds me that there's hills and valleys in the walk of life. The sidewalk of life. And the fix is pretty much just how you overcome it, you know, your strategy. But if anything, just like me, the only thing I can tell you is, no matter what the, you know, whatever what the fix is for it, keep moving that way. Because you'll never know where you're gonna go, but every time you go forward, you're gonna be that much better for it. Whew, 300 miles, baby. That's how we get it done. You think weak legs are gonna stop this guy? I'll crawl, I don't care. I'm getting it done. So a not so good week ended on one hell of a high note, so you know what? I'll take it. And that's the bottom line, guys. Just keep on moving. I can't stress that enough. Just keep moving forward. Good things will happen. You will be rewarded in the end. And do you want to know why I know that?